Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. So recently I went on a little vacation back to my home state of Michigan, more specifically Upper Michigan, otherwise known as the only decent part of the state, maybe. But of course, with the nice serene environment, I spent a lot of time outside, and with that in mind, I figured it could be fun to shoot some Ninjago minifigures. Naturally, right? So, in what is possibly my most unhinged video yet, I gathered a bunch of spare Ninjago minifigures to use as target practice, just to see how they'd fare. So first off, we have Core Kai. All of these Ninjago minifigures are from Ninjago Core. Had a bunch of these Core figures lying around and a bunch of extras. Figured I could sacrifice a couple. After that, we have Core J, who does not have hands for some reason. So handless J here is our second target. After that, we have Core Cole, again still sticking with the Ninjago Core theme. After that we have Core Zane, who might be the most easy target of the bunch considering his bright white color scheme. He's practically a beacon. On the other hand, we have Core Lloyd, who might blend into the grassy environments. Figured it could be nice to keep him away from those. And finally we have the Woobot. I could not find my extra Core Neab, so this is what we have right now. For the firearm itself, we just have ourselves a low-powered air rifle. Nothing too fancy here. But still, be sure to practice proper gun safety when handling any type of firearm. These things are not toys. Be safe out there. The ammunition is also nothing special, just your standard pellets, but of course, like I said, still be safe. Now with that being said, I'm very curious to see how these guys hold up. I figured we could do this in a couple of rounds, see who can survive the longest. These things are kind of prone to exploding when they get shot, so leave a comment down below. Which one do you think will be the least damage when it's all said and done? So without further ado, let's go ahead and place our targets. I will also be setting up a camera by each one just to capture the moment when they do get hit. So for round one, let's take aim and fire. So by the end of round one, I was very curious to see what exactly happened to these guys. I did see that all of them got hit. With that being said, I could not see what exactly happened to them in terms of damage. But as I walked around the target area, I did find bits and pieces of various minifigures, and looking back at some of those shots, they did end up exploding. Some of them took a couple of hits to go down. I ended up grazing Zane and the Woobot the first time, but then I was able to actually hit them with the second shot. But I kept on walking around, seeing what I could find. I ended up finding a few bits and pieces here and there. Sometimes I would find a mask, sometimes I would find a piece from the Woobot, sometimes I would find an arm or maybe some type of other body part from the other ninja minifigures, and some of them I was not able to find very many parts for at all because of how far back into the woods these things launched, and with the woods being as dense as they are, with all kinds of bugs including ticks and mosquitoes, I was not about to walk into those woods and dig through the bush to see what I could find. So by the end of round one, here's what we ended up with. With Kai, he is more or less complete, just need to put him back together. Handless J is now missing an arm, but that's about it. Cole does not have his mask, nor does he have his right arm. Zane, I could not find any of Zane aside from his mask, and also a couple of limbs. One arm, one leg. It is worth noting that the arm does not have a hand. Like I predicted in the intro, Lloyd pretty much blended into the environment. The only thing that I found of Lloyd was his mask, and for the Woobot, I could only find the actual body piece and the printed tile that goes over it. The printed tile did have some scuffing. I'm fairly certain that's where the pellet made contact. So, by the end of round 1, going into round 2, this is what we have. With Kai clearly winning, Jay and Cole are not far behind, but Zane and Lloyd, they are most definitely out of the competition. So moving on to round 2, all of the targets are on this one location. Let's see how this goes. So the second round was a little bit more interesting than the first round. Some of those pieces flew way back into the woods. Like, looking back at the footage, some of those parts got launched so far back, it's going to be impossible for me to find those. But I did manage to track down some parts. The Woobot's face now has a more noticeable dent on it from where it got shot. And with Jay, it's very clear that he was hit in the head as well. But I didn't know how bad the damage would be until I found a broken piece of the lower part of Jay's mask. Fortunately, I did find the main hood itself from Jay, and that piece was just destroyed. It's very clear the pellet literally hit him head on. I did find a couple of other various parts lying around. I found a hand of Kai. Also, I found a couple of different legs as well. But the majority of these figures, they are just going to be lost in those woods for all of eternity. So by the end of round 2, we have ourselves the results. So for Kai, all that remains of Kai is a hand and legs. Jay actually has somewhat of a resemblance of the original figure, but just barely. Cole, I was not able to find any parts for. Zane and Lloyd are still the same from before, and the Woobot, only his face remains. So I don't think we're going to be able to do a round 3. I think we're just going to call Jay the victor and call it good from there. I'm really fascinated by what happened to the Jay figure though, because this thing is just destroyed. I'm pretty impressed with that shot, not going to lie. I thoroughly enjoyed this experiment. I had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun watching these results as well. And if you guys want to see a part 2 to this, I could always find more spare minifigures, maybe buy some cheap ones on eBay, just to see how they fare against a similar environment. And if you guys are interested, stay tuned until after the outro, because I will be showcasing some of the slow motion footage, or at least some of the slow motion replays of the shots themselves. So if that interests you, feel free to stick around until after the outro. Until next time though, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I had a lot of fun making it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy it, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.